Hi, this is Kathie from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me this evening. Have a fun little project for tonight. And I'm actually using a surface that I have left over from Valentine's. How interesting is that? So the project tonight is going to be using the transfer called Look on the Sunny Side. Isn't this a beautiful transfer? Obviously perfect for Easter, right? And I have all these beautiful little pastels. This is a C-size transfer. It's 12 by 18 inches, and it comes in 4, or you could cut it into 4 pieces. And these fit great on a rectangular, simple shapes. Don't know why I couldn't think of it. Our rectangular simple shapes. I'm going to just open this up and cut it apart. A lot of our larger transfers can be cut into multiple pieces, so don't be afraid of the large transfers. Sometimes it's just you can mix and match and add in whatever it is you want, and realize that they're all coordinated in some manner. They're kind of like coordinating images. Like obviously this is all for Easter, so you can kind of get 4 in 1. So I am going to be using the bunny trail. And just cut that apart. I am coming at you from the suburbs west of Chicago. Drop me a line and let me know where you're viewing from. I hope everybody's safe and warm. I honestly don't know what's going on with Storm Olive. I know things have changed a little bit, but it's been a very crazy busy day, and I haven't kept up on actually what's going on, so I know Minnesota and Wisconsin are supposed to be getting really dumped on, and I even heard that California in some areas could possibly get 7 feet. I know they need the moisture, but that's absolutely crazy. So I just hope everyone's safe and warm. We had a lot of rain yesterday, and we're going to go into the 20s and probably the upper teens tonight, and it's going to be cold tomorrow. I'm just hoping we don't have a lot of icing. I think we're a little bit too far south, and that suits me fine. And this transfer in the size that it is, it's about 4.5 inches wide by 12 inches long, and it doesn't quite fit on my surface, so I'm going to do a little bit of massaging of it to get it to fit the way I want it, so that I could get everything on it. You'll see. Another quick, easy one, but I think it'll be colorful and sweet. What I'm going to put it on, I'm putting it on a chalkboard, but it is something left over from Valentine's that I think is actually very well suited to this transfer. There we go. I couldn't do any purchase here. Yeah, this is our new vendor. I wasn't sure on the paper. So being that I'm doing it on chalkboard, I don't have to fuzz a lot, but I want to fuzz it a couple times. This is pretty sticky actually, and you know, transfers vary a little bit from one to another, and after you clean them, it depends, you know, if you've got all the chalk out, how well they were cleaned, if they're totally dry, whatever. So you just get a feel for how it feels when you lift it from the fuzzing cloth. You can hear that little resistance as it's picking up a little bit of fiber. Okay, let me get my surface and show you what I'm thinking of doing here. Isn't this adorable? So it's too narrow to fit the transfer in its entirety, but I'm going to move it over a little bit and then put those bunnies a little bit to the left. Let's just see. I don't know if I want the arrow on here, but I am going to definitely put the hop this way. Yeah. Sorry, my lighting for me is a little poor right now, so let me just kind of eyeball this a little bit. Make sure it's lined up. I don't want any air bubbles in here. So I will chalk bunny trail and hop this way, and then I'll come back and put my bunnies here is what I'm thinking. I think that looks right. Okay. And I'm going to use my violet, peach, eggshell blue, shimmer flamingo, and wild lime. How's that for a setup of colors? And I don't think I have all these open, but I'll check them out. Just taking a tiny bit of the violet shimmer chalk paste, putting it on my squeegee, and wiping across the letter B on the silk screen. You really don't have to put any pressure, just slide across and you will work the chalk paste through the silk screen. It's that easy. So I have 5 colors and I have 5 letters in each word. So I'm going to alternate the colors. On each letter. So this looks like my shimmer violet should be fine. Take a little peek and look at that. Nope, I need to do the top of my T a little bit better. The B looks pretty good. Check both of them again. T looks good. B looks good. On to the next color. How simple is this, right? What do you think I should do the hop this way in? I was thinking eggshell blue, but maybe I should do it a little bit brighter. Ooh, I really grabbed too much here, didn't I? I have to be a little bit careful here because my letters are a little close together. Obviously my multi-tool or my detail tool would be very helpful here. But if it's on chalkboard, so basically if I miss something or need to add something, I could just go back over it. Easy to fix anything on chalkboard. I'm going to take a little peek at it here. My U looks pretty good. My R looks good. I do have a little smear there. I mean a little bit of a streak, but I think it's between the letters. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let me cover up my peach and I'll fix that lid when I'm done with my life. How's that? Oops. Be careful when you're only using part of a transfer. It's overhanging onto anything. You don't want it sticking, especially to paper or something of that nature. Yeah, I haven't opened up my eggshell blue either. Oh my goodness, isn't this a beautiful, beautiful light blue? Just grab a little tiny dab of it here. I really can't see it. My lighting's too poor for me. Obviously, when you're working on your transfers, a well-light area is very helpful when you're chalking. Actually, I have an ot light in the other room, and I should have just brought it in here. Maybe I'll do that. I have a little ring light set up here, and I thought that was pretty good the last couple lives, but today I'm just not, I'm wondering if one of the bulbs is out in the light above me. Something's a little bit off here. Oops. Let's turn this around and get the A from the other side. And then I'm going to take a quick little peek at it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Look at my N over here. That'll work. Very good. Okay. On to my flamingo. I don't know. I was going to do the bunnies in white, but I'm actually thinking maybe I should do them in the flamingo shimmer. Wouldn't they be pretty? Ooh, yes, it's such a beautiful. It's flamingo-like, right? It is the color of flamingo's feathers. I want to find a little piece of cotton and a little bit of hot glue, I think, and make a tiny, tiny little tail on this little bunny over here, the one in the middle. Okay, I need a vote. Should I make the bunnies shimmer flamingo, or should I go with white? What do you think? Take a little peek here. Looking good. One more letter on each of the words. Oh yeah. I might need a teeny bit, a little bit at the top of this N. I can't really tell. It could just be the shape of the letters. It just looked a little thin to me. Oh, it's the shape of the letters. Okay. So are we thinking shimmer flamingo for the bunnies or white? I like the brightness of the flamingo. It's cheery. Ooh, and right next to the wild lime, right? Look at how quick and easy this is coming together. Seriously, where else can you do a project this quickly? I used to do a lot of card making, and I actually was watching a YouTube video the other day and said, I really enjoyed card making, but in reality, there was a fair amount of time involved per card. I don't know if I have my flamingo here. Yeah, I do have it right. I've got a little oopsie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it cleaned off of there or not. Let me see if I can. If I can't, I'll just wipe it off. And when I clean the transfer, put it back down and do just that little edge of the letter. It's so easy to fix a little oops. We'll see if it covers. If not, I'll just fix it. There we go. Okay, peel and reveal. Well, you know what? I forgot that I have to do the bottom. I didn't get any answers. No suggestions? Okay. Should we do the bunnies in the pink, in the Shimmer Flamingo? I think I'm going to do the hop this way in Shimmer Flamingo, though, actually. I wasn't going to. I was going to do it in the eggshell blue, but I think it needs a little bit more of a punch. Something a little bit brighter. The blue is nice and light, but it doesn't have the depth of color that the flamingo does. So let's go with the flamingo for the hop this way. And I'm going to leave the arrow off because it's kind of redundant, being that I'm doing it on an arrow. I suppose I could alternate the colors of these words. Didn't think of it. It might have made it look a little bit too scattered, though. Well, if I decide I want to do it later, I could always erase a little bit and change the color. The beauty of chalk. Okay. Let's do a little peel and reveal here. Oh, how sweet. Need a teeny little bit of cleanup, but I'm going to put this aside. Oh, this is from my finger cleaning the letters of the transfer, so I'll clean that up later. Once it's fully dry, let me set this aside. I'm going to give this transfer a quick little cleaning so that I could grab the bunnies. I don't want to actually try doing the bunnies while it's wet like that. I'm just going to take my board eraser and let me cap these up. And my water, and usually I just spritz the back, even though it will not stick on this mat. I just do it because sometimes I use a glass mat, so I like to be in the habit so that I accidentally don't lay it down on glass and get it stuck. It won't stick if it's wet. So just wetting my board eraser, and this makes cleanup a snap. Now, obviously, the best way to clean your transfers is just to run it over the sink. You can use a board eraser over at the sink, and basically a little spray nozzle works great too. But look at how the board eraser takes it out of the silkscreen so well. And the board eraser is good to reduce the amount of staining that you might get on your transfer from the pigments. Anytime you're using a deeply pigmented paste with the transfer, you could actually stain the vinyl or the teal. But staining doesn't hurt the transfers at all. Let me clean up the other side. The bunnies, Deb, are right here, right on the top. They're probably a little hard to see this way. Let me get the back cleaned up. and then you'll get a better gander at it. Now remember, the back has the lint that we deliberately applied. So I'm using my disinfecting cloth here because I'm not at the sink. If I was at the sink, I could just be massaging the paste off of this with my fingers, and a spray works fine. I want to make sure this is really clean because sometimes it's hard to tell if the dye or the pigments have dyed the silk screen, or if you've got all the paste out. If you're not sure, lift your transfer up to the light and check it by the light. It's one thing if the little silk screen mesh is discolored a little bit, that's fine. But as long as you could see through the mesh, then you know you've got all the chalk paste out of it. Now I've got quite a bit of lint on here from my fuzzing towel, so I'm going to go back after I have all the paste off. And I'm just going to go in one direction, and I will be lifting up the fibers from my fuzzing cloth onto my disinfecting wipe. It's the easiest way to get the fibers off. I don't know if you can see a little bit of the teal fibers on here, but I did fuzz this quite a bit. There's a little clump right here. So we don't need that, obviously, on the back. You want to remove the fuzz from the adhesive part of your transfer to renew the adhesiveness for the next time you use it, because our transfers are reusable 8 to 12 times or more. You could use this year after year. You can make a sign for yourself and then make it for your children, make it for your grandkids if you have grandkids, make it for your neighbor, put it away and use it again next year. Use that arrow for Valentine's, wash it off, and then use it for Easter. I love the flexibility of being able to chalk on so many different types of surfaces and to be able to wash it off of a chalkboard or glass or metal and reuse it. Got another big piece of fuzz there. Boy, did I really fuzz this baby. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside to dry for a moment. I'm wondering if I picked up any of this from my sweater. I might have. Okay. It's already starting to dry. How do you like that? Let it set. Sticky side up. I'm going to speed dry it here on my fuzzing towel by folding it over and just squeezing out any of the moisture. And then it'll be dry in a minute or two. Put that back up there, let it set to dry for a moment. I want to finish cleaning up my surface. So what are we saying? Shimmer Flamingo for the bunnies? White? What do we think we should do? I'm going Shimmer Flamingo. Any takers on that one? Any alternate suggestions? Okay, then it's Shimmer Flamingo. I'm just going to really fuzz the bunnies. I don't have to, well, I might as well fuzz the whole thing in reality. Otherwise, I run the risk of getting it stuck to something again. Put this up. Rearrange things a little bit because I know I'm off camera now. Here we go. Shimmers take a little bit longer to dry, so I wanted to make sure they were dry before I place this. And I think I'm going to put it right at the bottom. Got a little piece of fuzz down here behind that bunny. Let me get it off. And there we go. I like to chalk pulling the squeegee towards me. I feel like I have more control of the squeegee then. It's just a little silicone squeegee. And it bends a little bit, but you don't have to apply a lot of pressure. Light pressure works fine. You're just basically smoothing the chalk paste through the silk screen of the transfer onto the surface beneath it. Looks like I might have had a little air bubble at the top of that bunny's ear, and I wasn't sure if it was going through. Let's take a little peek. And this is where I want to add the little white little piece of cotton or something for the bunny's tail. Hop this way. How cute, right? Do I need more bunnies on it, or should I leave it as it is? What do you think? Now, if I work quickly, actually, I could put this down and add some more bunnies. Oops, I might be running off my arrow there. I know I'm going over the lettering. Just want to check and see how that's going to look space-wise. I think that's fine. And I'm going to go right over the letters. That's fine. Oops, I got a lot of paste there. You want to get the little bottoms of the bunnies here. And get this bunny's ears. If you work quickly, you could sometimes use your transfer twice between cleaning it. We'll see how that looks. If it doesn't look right, I'll just erase it. There we go. So I'll let this dry. I have a little smudging around the Y that I'll clean up with like a little cotton swab, and that's it. And this has a little hanger on the back, so I could hang it pointing whichever way. I'm pointing it to the right. And I think this is so sweet because some of these pastes have shimmer in them, which will give it a little bit of sparkle. I don't even think it really needs an embellishment. What do you think? It's not a kit, Deb. It is, the bunny trail is our regular C-size transfer price. I think we might have a collection of the individual pastes in, like in a 6-pack or whatever of the different colors, but I'd have to check. I don't remember. Oh, and by the way, Valentine's stuff is on the website. 50% off. Let me put that link down here for you in case anybody wants to check that out. So there's the website if you want to check out any specials for the Valentine's, the tea. Oh, you know what? It's the purple. It's a shimmer violet, and it's very, very narrow. The lettering really is on that transfer for the tea. It's just kind of the way it's made. I don't know what else I could really do about it. I might be able to go over it and kind of give it a double layer of the shimmer. Maybe I'll, whoops, clean it and do that. I've got a little landslide here of some of my transfers that I'm sorting through, so excuse my mess here. Yeah, fell anyway. Whatever, right? Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Yeah, the B is the shimmer violet too, Deb. It's the color of the paste. Stay warm, everybody. Take care.